Excellent. Okay, good. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Startups Meetup. My name is Michael. I'll be your host for the evening. First of all, who has been here before? Put your hands up if you've been to the Startups Meetup before. Okay, good. A few of you. Yeah, so this is the 4th edition. We have, in the past, had an AI-linked one, which was in September, where we talked about the basics of AI. And maybe about 3 weeks ago, we put a questionnaire out saying, what do you want us to do? What do you want to hear about? And people still wanted more AI. So what we did is we reached far and wide in Split and found some guys and girls working on AI and brought them here tonight. So we're going to have an extended panel tonight. We're not going to have any other presentations like normal. Previously, we've had a panel and then a presentation or a talk or something. But the idea today is to get deep into AI and for them to explain a bit more about what they're doing. And then if you have any questions, obviously afterwards, you can feel free to ask those questions. And then towards the end, we'll actually have some beers for you. I'm just making sure that it's fine, that it's not poisonous, and also product placement. And if anyone here wants to actually pitch their own startup, their own organization, their own ideas, we're actually going to allow that today. I know there's one already that's going to do it. Because the idea with this meetup, it's a startups meetup. It's not just for people thinking about starting something. It's not just for people that have something already, but also for the experienced ones out there. And this could be a great platform for people to get the experience when it comes to pitching or sharing their idea or their business. So we'll open that out later. Lana's pointing at someone to pitch. Lana's going to pitch Programming Club. You want to pitch as well? Okay, good. Good. So later on, if you want to pitch, well, we might end up having like everyone pitching, which would be great. You're going to have 1 minute. That's all you're allowed. And I will stop you. If you've seen me in action before, you can have more than a minute. But if you've seen me in action before, then I'll just stand on your foot, so you shut up. But I'm not going to let these people shut up because they have something interesting to say for sure. We've got 3 panelists from 3 companies you may have heard of. One of them, hopefully you have heard of because we've hosted a startup in their office and we've had the founder of them present for us before. So let's welcome to the stage Andrej Boboš from SeekandHit. There's no way that way. Yeah, we were grateful to actually be hosted at SeekandHit last time, just before Christmas. For some reason, though, they made sure, wherever you want, one of these 3. For some reason, though, they made sure that their staff weren't in the office when we hosted the meetup, because apparently their staff get drunk and reckless around Christmas time.
True.
True, okay. Next up, let's welcome up from Necogi, Antonija Glaurdić. And completing the panel is Konstantin Mirin from Postindustria. Yeah, you can have a seat there, or you can be 3 on the sofa, whatever you want. You've got a glass of water. Great. So we're going to speak all about AI. You've had the questions a little bit before. There might be some surprises, just to warn you. But first of all, I just wanted to get into you personally. I'm going to ask some private questions about your internet browser, about your AI use. Just to give us a bit of an indication of kind of those working in AI, did you have some experience before or were you thrust into the world of AI at work? So Andrej, if you could start just telling us how long have you been using AI for in your personal life and in what ways?
Okay. When I think about it, actually, I think it started 10 years ago, I would even say, because like what we are saying AI today, before, I think we just didn't realize that we are using it. So like we can say that the OCR, so for the text recognition, that was also actually machine learning, pretty much. I don't know if you drive a newer car, lane assist and similar things, it also can be said it's AI. So that was the main things where I was using it. And I was actually playing on the faculty still, so it was a long time ago. In 1998, I would say. We already played then actually with some neural networks and expert networks actually in those times, which were rudimental when you compare it with today. So that was my, I would say, personal usage. Today it's totally different actually. Today I'm yes, I'm using ChatGPT, as everyone. It is helping me mostly with emails, presentations, and so I use it as, I would say, the assistant, okay? So I'm using it as an assistant, so I will put a couple of topics, then I will give it to the ChatGPT to beautify it, okay? Then I will, again, change it, then beautify it, and with several iterations, actually, I'm really faster with it than before.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. We're going to be talking a bit about programs later on, what AI programs use, so keep those in mind. Antonija?
For me, it was, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. It started professionally, and then when I get into it, I started to use it in my personal life a little bit. I would say also, like Andrej, emails or stuff, things like that, but also if you have maybe 3 things in your fridge, you want to cook something, can you tell me what can I prepare with this? So it gives you some recipes. So it's things like that for me in my personal life, but mainly I use it professionally.
Perfect, thank you. And finally, Konstantin?
So the book about AI in 1997, I think, inspired me to actually go into IT in the first place. My personal experience with AI, like rudimentary versions of that, neural networks by propagation, these kind of things, was at the faculty. It was, 2008 probably. Today, that's of course ChatGPT. I use it as a replacement for half of my marketing department. I'm looking forward to replace the other half as well. So then besides ChatGPT, I play a lot with other networks like Llama, like Mixtral, and like alternatives to that, because we have use cases with the clients where that is not applicable. What else? Yeah, of course I do emails, and it's fantastic for doing homework with your kids as well.
It knows everything. You don't need to know those physics answers from grade 7 anymore. Perfect. So moving on now, based on that, so, you mentioned the 90s. In the 90s, some people here weren't even born. In the 90s, most of us were maybe just getting our first computer. But it seems like, well, we knew this anyway, but Bill Gates knew everything back then. He's always ahead of us, but so are you. So can you tell us a bit about what is in the public domain now, ChatGPT obviously, and what is actually still hidden from us? Can you share that stuff? Do you know that stuff?
Yeah, it's interesting question, I would say. So like, I don't know, a real revolution. When I say real revolution, I mean like as a PR, started really with ChatGPT, with OpenAI actually, and together with Microsoft, obviously. So they put a lot of money, and the big hype started, I would say. But as I said, actually, I think we are using AI even in places that we don't know we are using it, actually. So it's backed by AI. I think I mentioned a couple of things already. So I mentioned actually some image recognitions and etc.
So nothing's hidden. It's in plain sight. We just don't know it.
Somewhere it's hidden, actually. So we had the chatbots that were answering to us actually a lot of questions, and they were hidden, actually. We didn't know it was a robot. Actually, if you work with it, you would understand it's a robot, but actually it was not written anywhere. So you thought that you are speaking with a real guy, which was not true, and you can get very, very funny answers. So that was partially hidden. I think also what's partially hidden is like the algorithms, let's say, on Google, how they distribute your budget, etc., but that's happening, actually.
Okay. And the other two, do you have any examples of where maybe it's hidden in plain sight, or maybe you have some insider information you'd like to share with us?
It's not an inside information, but maybe because you can use it now to generate a photograph, you can generate it to make a video, you can tell him, okay, do this and that and combine it. And we don't know if everything's original around us and how it's began and started. So maybe that kind of stuff, it's also hidden and we just don't know.
Yeah, perfect.
I think that in terms of algorithms, whatever we are using right now, it's like not even close to cutting edge. It's like cutting edge is hidden. In terms of the applications, I think that the biggest that we deal with and we don't realize is image recognition in different forms. OCR is a very good example, but so are analysis of behavior or movements of, let's call people, but we can apply this to different areas, from traffic to military action, and these are uses of same segmentation approaches on the basic level, but applied to the areas that you would actually don't think of when you are, thinking, okay, where can I apply AI? Well, that too.
Okay, stay with the microphone for now, Konstantin, because let's talk a bit more about your company and how you use AI as a product, as a service, and how that came about. So first, an intro to the company, then.
Yeah, okay. So Postindustria is quite old. We're 18 this year. And it started from a group of people that wanted to do products. We do that. But we also grew a team of, I would say, 120 people that help clients with different projects. Without going into much details, but we do AI for the last... Okay, we sold the first startup with AI in 2014. So like we're pretty early to the playing field. More recently, we are quite heavy in image recognition in the first place, and use of whatever is available in terms of whatever can run on the mobile device for image recognition. We have a few products. One we sold recently, the other we are still developing, and again, like relevant to the subject of this meetup. Yeah, and the other part was.
And then also, so you discussed a little bit about you within Postindustria, you created products which you sold. That
was the original idea of the company. Let's come up with cool ideas, develop them technologically, and then let someone else transform it into a big business, because we're on to the next cool idea. This worked for us for quite some time. I think over 18 years we had 6 exits of different size, and 7 with the recent one. And just like I said, we focus on technology. Sometimes, we have one startup right now that we're developing as a business. Oh, it's hard. It's not even close to it. Just technology. Yep.
And so, why did you decide to go in this direction of AI? 2014? You said your first one was.
2014, we sold today. ChatGPT can do it for you. It was natural language processing. The product was about analyzing texts and extracting from the entities what text is about, and sentiment in what connotation is it, is it positive, negative, with a varying degree. And the coolest use was back in 2014. It was sold, but the creation was earlier. So 2012, I think, the cool use case was to analyze Twitter after you release new products. And Nike releases has presentation, and they want to know what people are thinking. So that was like cool thing to do. So that was that. And more recently, as I said, we did we have an application for the augmented reality try-on of jewelry. And that implies that we somehow have to detect the hand in different positions, apply this 3D model onto it. And it's surprising that in 2024 we still do not have an accurate open source model for hand detection that's accurate enough. So that's like a piece of technology that we had to do. Then the other, I would say, more basic or more widespread users of AI, of course, we do chatbots, I think anyone or almost anyone here. We released, I think it was about a year ago, a bit more than a year ago. We had a project where we came up with descriptions for the pretty similar products in a way that tricked Google for quite some time. So getting some more traffic in there. What else? Video analysis, of course, as well for production. So imagine imagine the manufacturing facility, and you want to inspect the length and safety of different operations. So you have CCTV cameras already there. So you try to use the footage of that in order to either detect if people are in the safe zone or not. Are they actually working or not really? And like at the basic, it's just quite simple algorithm. We detect the person and some activity. But then when you combine all that from all the feeds in one place, it becomes a very cool analytical tool for that. I think I have more, but that's probably...
Just before you pass the mic over, because actually this is an interesting model for, say, for business generally. So Postindustria act as almost like an incubator for ideas, which you make an exit on, but it's more of it's not really an exit, it's a sale of your product.
Technological exit, I would say, yeah. Well, it depends though. So yeah, we actually used the term for years, outcubator, because there were ideas that we founded ourselves, there were ideas that we founded together with the clients, but just so we are clear, today, of 120, that's engineers that are not in the products, 160 is total amount of people. So of all those 40, they work in the product that we develop ourselves. Everyone else, almost everyone else, is working on the client's projects. We don't really have, aside from these very few technological solutions, our products that we are creating right now. We have ideas, but not ongoing projects right now.
And everything's internal. So if somebody here comes to you afterwards saying, hey, I have this great idea, or we've already started working on this, you don't swallow them into Postindustria.
Can you say it again? Like,
if someone here said, okay, we're working on this, but we need bigger support, can we become part of you?
We had startup scene changed over the years very significantly. So I would say short answer to this question today would be rather no. I can talk more about that, but yeah, it's
in a nutshell, no. No one's invited to impose.
Well, if you got idea and money, fantastic.
Rich people only. Okay, cool. Let's jump over to SeekandHit, because I think there's a few parallels here, and then we'll come to you, Antonija. So yeah, tell us about SeekandHit. You don't have to share your secrets, but what you're working on within SeekandHit, and whether you have a similar model, AI related.
Not entirely. So we started actually in 2007 as a typical performance marketing company or agency. Okay, so doing Google ads when they started. Everything changed in 2011 when we decided actually to build our own tool for managing Facebook ads. In that time, they were just starting, so we were one of the first company actually that got the public ads API access on Facebook. We developed the tool, and the similar thing happened actually. So the tool got acquired. So we sold the intellectual property, but kept the development under our company actually. It wasn't an AI tool. With AI, we started a bit later. First thing that we did with AI was for one company, we analyzed pretty much, I think, 220 million websites. We scraped them and did the segmentation, finding actually their companies in gambling industry, what products they have, how they are doing it, where they are operating, in which countries, from where are their clients, etc., etc. And we built a big database which was used by their business development agents. Okay, that was the first thing. Second thing, we did actually analyzing of the TV ads. So what we did, we had the robot watching TV actually and screening for the advertisement that's going there, and actually marking the on-air time, if it's real, like if you paid, I don't know, you pay for some time on the television, okay? With this you can get actually the analysis if that was real, when it was aired, etc., etc., and if your logo would appear somewhere there. So that was the second tool. Then we also started playing, as you can see, we are doing pretty much everything in the advertising industry, or the MarTech, which is, I don't like to use it, but it's called MarTech everywhere. We, with our friendly company, Airt from Zagreb, we built together Captain AI, actually. That was a tool for relocation of your budget between the different advertising platforms. So between the Google, Bing, and Meta. What does it mean, actually? So you decide to have, I don't know, 20,000 euros for some campaign that you will publish on these 3 networks. Then you would set some KPIs, okay, and some goals, actually. We would analyze it, and we would suggest you actually to relocate, I don't know, 2,000 euros from Google to Facebook because it's performing better there. It was a simple tool which will evolve, and we will come to this like in a couple of days, which will evolve to team augmentation tool, so which will help like the advertising teams to have a more junior guys with them. I can speak about that a bit later on.
Perfect, thank you. So you've had the one acquisition or tech exit, no others so far. You've kept them all in-house.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Any reason for that?
No, because it's mainly actually what we are building. We have now 3 departments, let's call it like that. So we have performance marketing, engineering, and tracking and analytics, basically data, okay? So we are developing our tools internally for us first, and if we see something that is good actually for also wider audience, in that case, we will offer it like to the wider audience. For now, we are offering to our clients only.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Last but not least, Antonija, let's hear about Necogi.
Well, the idea of Necogi was born in December of 2021. We decided that we will combine programming, artificial intelligence, and ecology. And I'm a marine biologist. And so we decided, okay, let's do something fun, something meaningful. And there it was. So the Necogi is actually an algorithm that detects and classifies objects, waste on the sea surface and under the sea surface. And the main big problem was the database, because there wasn't any like that. We take our photographs with a drone, and then we take pictures from 5, 10, and 15 meters, and then we look and see what the objects are on the surface and under the seabed. But the problem was there wasn't any database like that, so we decided to make our own. And for 2 years we were photographing through all 4 seasons and the different weather conditions, so we can have good database. And then when we did that, we said, okay, so it's time to train our algorithm. And the first thing was, so I need to label all the objects. And I was the truth base for the artificial intelligence. And that was, I think it lasted for 6 months. And now the same algorithm can do that in a few hours. So that was a big change. That's the main reason why we wanted to do that. We are using subdivision of artificial intelligence machine learning, and we use convolutional neural networks because the algorithm is trying to act like neurons in your brain. And we're training its sight. We want to see. So when we give him the photograph, it's an input, and there is a big architecture and a lot of text stuff. And then output is also picture, but it says, okay, you have, let's say, tire, and it's on this and this place. So if you want to go and clean it, here's the map, go there and clean everything out.
Brilliant, nice. I like to hear that. I'm into my sustainable stuff. So who's kind of using Necogi at the moment?
At the moment, we are still refine it, and we need to optimize some things. But there's some cities on the coast in Splitsko-Dalmatinska Županija who said that they will be willing to try it and that it will help them a lot with the clinic.
Okay, so you see yourself as a startup?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect, good. And have you seen any other potential uses of AI within Necogi at all? Or maybe even other applications of what you're delivering at the moment in the sea? to other areas?
Well, the other areas could be and will be, hopefully. There are endangered species under the sea, and the scientist needs to know where are they alive or not. Especially Posidonia, it's forbidden to put your boat there, so you need to know where is it. And also you can find boats in some accidents that happen, or some ancient vases or something like that. So there's a lot of options there.
Is there a way you could identify where Yacht Week is, inform the whole of Dalmatia, so that we don't go where Yacht Week is, all of those drunk British people?
Oh, yeah, it could be done.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Speak to Puglia.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's go full circle. Let's go back to Konstantin. So your company, the way it works is you spot an opportunity, you create the solution, and then you sell it. So going forward, 2025, 2035, 2075, I don't know when we're going to live till. But can you tell us how you see future opportunities? Where are these things coming from now? Maybe a little, we've got a few younger people in the crowd, a few people just getting interested in AI. Maybe it could spark some ideas with them as well.
Do you mean ideas for technology solutions or AI related, or like what's?
Whatever comes to your head. I'm easy.
Okay, so I think it feels good to say or to think, okay, I was right getting in this profession in the context of AI many years ago. So, and I strongly believe that anything where you can, any area of a problem where you can think of where you can apply. Well, today there's generative AI, but I think that a couple of years forward, that's pretty much any class of, new or existing algorithm where you can significantly improve the efficiency of the process. Like going from half a year to 2 hours. That's what I'm talking about. Or in case of like text creation, for instance, going from a team of 3 people to half an hour work with GPT, that's kind of efficiency. These are very cool areas for any innovation. Well, innovation both on the technological side, meaning you create a way or a combination of current technology to achieve the goal, or on the operational side, meaning there is an algorithm, but it's not applied, here. So, like, there is a text generation, but it's not applied to writing textbooks for the first graders, right? Maybe it can, right? Maybe there are stories for these are cool, edges, in my opinion. To keep in mind, it's important though to keep in mind that the lower the barrier, the higher the competition. So, it's cool that half a year from now, GPT can create a comic book for a 5-year-old, but you can do it and your neighbor can do it. It's because it's about the technology is available. It's pretty much available. So back again, in my opinion, we're going into the area where the originality of the ideas matter more than the two. Let's say 5 years ago, to write a novel or a comic book, you have to, you can learn how to draw, how to write and, compose these things. And if you don't, you're out of luck. Today, the barrier is lowered, so the ideas, in theory, could be surfaced faster or better. Look for original ideas.
Okay, thank you. Have the movie industry used ChatGPT for the last 15 years? Because the scripts seem the same now.
I think you'll see movie industry using Sora from now on to edit. So we'll see a lot of editors that used to get quite good money, especially not for the high level, feature films, okay, this is going to stay. But anything that ad related, that's going to be automated.
Let's move on to sustainability in AI, Antonija.
I would like to say that you need to think. I know that the main association with AI, like we said, is ChatGPT, but you can use more than just words. You can use sight, and it can hear. You can use sounds and everything. And I think that's the very good. You need to have a good idea, and just use AI as a tool to get you there. You know, it can help you. It can just, the little tedious task or the processes that are long and wholesome, you can just put it in a little small bit, you know, and everything would be easier. So just think of it like a tool. I got an idea. Where can I use it? I can use it almost everywhere, and let me help to build the great idea. So that's from my perspective view.
Perfect, thank you. And have you seen, because obviously when you're in the world of marine biology and when you're working on AI linked to what you're doing, you may have come across other people working in similar areas. Have you seen any other AI in what you're doing?
I think the main difference is because we try to be we don't want to mess with the sea anyhow, so we are using drones. So that drones doesn't go in the sea, on the sea surface or anything like that. There are a lot of drones that go under the sea. There's a lot of things like that. So they took their photos or videos under the sea, and so that's the difference. And also there is a very good project that detect garbage, but on the streets, in the parks, and wherever, because the sea, for media, it's very tricky. Yeah.
Thank you. And last but not least, let's go and talk a bit about what you think, especially in the field of marketing, if you could.
First of all, I agree with both of them. AI is a tool, basically, okay? We are speaking about some really big revolution, I don't know, comparing it to industrial revolution. Okay, there are some things comparable, but we are still not there. We cannot say actually it's that big, but in 10 years, definitely it can be that big. In terms of MarkTech, actually there will be definitely like the creativity part will play a huge role there. So creating, you already can do it on Google. So creating different types of images that you will use for your advertising with the small adjustments. So I don't know if you use like for the A/B testing -10%, -15%. Also actually for the copy. So for writing texts for adverts, etc. That's the usage that's happening already today. Okay, I think it will just evolve actually much more, and we will even to better audio-video materials with it. That's the creativity part. From performance part, definitely like optimization of the ads will be done a lot more with the AI. It's happening already today, but I think it will be even bigger. And the third section there actually is controlling, because like in MarkTech, you are dealing with the real money, okay? With the real customer money. So they are investing something and they expect to get something back. Since you don't know what AI will do exactly, so you need to have controlling there. When I say controlling, it's quality assurance. So to have good tools for the quality assurance, actually for the advertising technology, that would be also nice idea. Like what I would suggest for you, if you want to develop something new, is yes, have an original idea, definitely, and use AI as a tool, okay? But think as it still as a tool, as a new framework that you can use, not as something that will solve all your problems.
Okay, thank you. We took some questions from the crowd before they came today, so I'm going to focus on those. And one of them was asking about what tools are out there when it comes to AI. Nicolina, get your pen and paper ready, because you can put this in the article so people can refer later. So I've got a list of here. So if any of you know a good tool, an AI tool for this, then just shout it out, okay? So the first one is graphic design. AI tool for graphic design, if any of you know it.
Have you seen the recent Stable Diffusion? The one that came out like 3 days ago? No? So like, okay, so Stable Diffusion is image generation network, neural network, and I don't remember if it's free or not to play with. I think it is to play with it, but whatever it asks you, like, you know, $10 or whatever, it's worth it. It's pretty cool tool to come up with illustrations based on your prompt. The better the prompt, the better the picture. I think your paid version of GPT gives you DALL-E. it's cool, but it's not as good. So that's certainly something to use. And we actually started to do it with. So when you need any illustration that is relatively abstract on some topic, it's cool. Even more concrete, like produce me something like New York skyline or something. Oh, it does you like New Yorkish skyline, and you can ask it to like make it in some special tones or something. So like play with it. It's very cool. So this is certainly something.
Okay, next one is we've got our photographer here. So what about for photography? Any tools?
I think that well, Stable Diffusion is not going to give you that out of the box, and so I don't know the tool. I know so there's a project we have been doing recently for actually for the company is doing landscape design, and in the landscape design you have a phase called sketching. So before you come up with the 3D models, you have to just draw it. And this sketching phase used to take quite some time because, well, you discuss with the client, then you go to the, well, whatever tool you use, and then you come back with the sketch. So based on prompts and generation, and that is much faster. This is the project we are doing right now, which is cool. Now we're getting to the photography. So anything that when you ask to replace an object, or like you used to do this in Photoshop, you used to do this in Lightroom, now you actually don't need to. Or what else is very cool about photography, in my opinion, it's a way to these are the tools that allow you to play with different ideas quickly. Like, what if this image is different tones of grayish or something, and you get this, you don't get full image because it's too much for processing, but you get a quick idea what it might look with this processing, even much faster.
Brilliant.
Still doesn't replace the original ideas.
Yeah. We've also got our videographer over here, video editing.
Sora, I think I think if you haven't seen the images, the videos, Sora is the recent product from OpenAI. It is generating videos based on prompt. They are pretty cool, actually. There is no ready tool to use, and this is not a free, like you cannot plug it in your own product like an open source. I believe it's coming. Well, I think in half a year we'll be able to play with something like this in the context of your own products. Right now, it's I don't think it's useful in this current sense, even for editing work, but it's certainly getting there.
Finance, and I'm guessing the person might mean making money on the stock market, possibly. I'm not sure. Oh, opportunity. Oh, here we go. Crypto AI insider.
No, it's not insider actually, but it's not that popular in Croatia. But I don't know, international. It is actually already internationally. You have some funds actually that based your whole portfolio actually on the AI, analyzing other users and doing it. There are a couple of them. I cannot remember the name. Yeah. If you search for them, actually, it's I think Venture something.
Venture AI.
No, no, he's not AI.
Okay, we've got two more. One is engineering.
Okay.
Quite specific.
For engineering, I would say the best one momentarily. It's like the Copilot X. Okay, it's I would say again just the better version of the IDE that you are using. So it's not the editor; it's enhanced editor. It can help you a bit. Sometimes it creates some. I wouldn't say a good code, so you need to be a really good architect for it. But Copilot X is definitely can help you.
Okay, and lastly, the best AI for replacing humans. None yet. There's the opportunity. I don't know. Replacing your wife? I don't know. They didn't specify. No? Oh, Konstantin has one. Oh, he's working on one.
I can just say it's not on the list, but for science text papers or things like that, Jenny AI. So you can say just, I want to write about this and this subject. Do you have any science papers you can offer me? So and then you go, okay, this is the paper, 5 papers maybe, and you okay, and then you read what you need. It can and highlight everything that is the main thing of the research paper, and it can give you like a skeleton, like how you need to start to write about the topic that you said that you would like to write.
That, yeah,
And no, we can't.
no,
You
it can't.
really
It can't. Marine
Yeah.
biologist, be careful.
No.
You're sat right next to her. Be
So
careful.
Jenny AI.
Konstantin, you had something to add, and then we'll go to the audience.
Yeah, in terms of replacing scientists, no, seriously, there is a very cool research that allows for quite a bit of, I don't remember right now the figures, but the correlation between the ChatGPT answers when you ask it to act as certain group and the real answer of the certain group, answers of the certain group is about 90%. So you can quickly validate your hypothesis when it comes to sociology using ChatGPT. You still can have to prove it for real, but to quickly validate if it actually has some with the float, that's pretty cool.
Okay, thank you. Round of applause, please, for our panel. You're not going anywhere yet, though. Wait here, wait here. Excellent. Okay, does anyone have a question for anyone on the panel? Because we're going to have 3 questions now. We've got one at the front.
Chatbot with AI, like a good one. That's what we're looking for right now. I'm looking at him because he's like in the market, but I'm betting that he has some.
Like use OpenAI, definitely. Why not?
How do you input the data from people,
Oh, you can use functions actually also. So if you have some your own data.
We have our own data, but so the data is from the user, and it's GDPR protected. So how do you answer the questions that are under the GDPR without offering the data to the chat?
Nice question.
There is a lawyer in the room as well.
No, not lawyer, technical answer. 3 approaches. First, you censor the private data, feed this to ChatGPT, and then replace it back. It works with both audio and text. I can give some examples. Second, you just pretend you didn't remember about the GDPR, and very cool approach, works every time. Then you just fire engineer who did it, and you're fine. So finally, serious answer. There are Mixtral, which is pretty good. Mixtral 7. It's a open source neural network from a French company. Very cool. There is Llama from Facebook. So a lot of you cannot translate the prompt literally, just copy paste from ChatGPT to there. But working with the prompts, you can get very good results. So let's say as about summer, a bit more than half a year, we were doing analysis of the calls, of the sales calls, translating from audio to to text, and then using ChatGPT for a set of like questions like, was the call about this or that, and of course censoring the private information. There was the whole layer, like how do you, so you have a hosted neural network that analyzes the text for the private information, you censor it out, then you feed it to ChatGPT, then on the way back, it's not actually, it's a solved problem. I mean, cutting out data, private data from the request, it's solvable. But if you are very concerned about or it's not applicable for your use case, then yeah, any hosted model and playing with prompts is pretty cool. So I would recommend taking a good look at Mixtral. And if your use case requires near real-time processing, then there is Grok. This is fair on you, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, 2 more questions to go. Anyone else? Otherwise, we'll just skip. No question. There we go. One over there. Yep.
Hello. Parametric geometry. So I want number of cars in more space available or something like that?
Short answer, not here yet. Long answer, I believe your CAD program or whatever you're using is doing it better right now. Then that said, on a sketch level, you can try with SDXL, Unstable Diffusion, on a sketch level, meaning like it will give you a sketch. It won't give you the product sketch or
Only simple geometry. By parametric, fast parametric.
no CAD. For now, it's just CAD.
Another opportunity there for someone. Any last question out there? Don't be shy. Okay, if you are shy, it's fine because actually afterwards these guys are hanging around for a little bit, I think. So you'll be able to ask them. I think great source of knowledge here. Thank you so much. This has been really insightful into AI. Nicolina is going to have a massive article to write. She might even have to rewatch the video. So thank you so much for sharing everything with us. And another round of applause for those guys, please. Thank you, Andrej, Antonija, and Konstantin.